BetBoom team's turn to pick.
Seconds. 5 seconds left. Radiant's turn to pick.
Keeper of the light.
Storm Spirit.
Seconds. 5 seconds left. Turn to ban.
Morphling.
10 seconds. 5 seconds left. Radiant's turn to ban. Seconds. 5 seconds left. It's Radiant's ban now. Seconds. 5 seconds left. It's Dire's ban now. Seconds. 5 seconds left. Dire's turn to pick. 10 seconds. 5 seconds left. Radiant pick.
Puck.
Ten seconds. 5 seconds left.
Phantom.
Choose your hero. Someone didn't call the Diggers hotline.
One of my
摇摇你
favorites.
先，朋友，摇摇你先。
Добрейшим.
Меня победить. Это я сам.
Делай, делай, делай. А когда не делали?
Lights out for you. Get off my lawn. What's a lawn?
我不理解。
30 seconds to showtime. Oh, I see lots of good digging spots out there. What are we waiting for? This one's for all the marbles. If marbles were at all valuable.
Coddle. Like, Talon are going to be hard-pressed, if they are in a timer like Moonmeander said, they're going to be hard-pressed to actually get the waves in the right position to go high ground, right? It's just got to be these elusive heroes pushing from the trees, jumping with zero commitment. And I'm curious to see how Talon handle that.
I think it's interesting too, because they can go back to what I think Moon said on the panel in between game number 1 and game number 2, that he felt like the way that you beat Talon is you get 3 scaling cores and you just try and outbeat them in the late game. And it does feel like in a lot of ways that's the direction that BetBoom have gone as this series has progressed. They say, okay, we're going to come up with answers that are later and later to deal with you. But then the question is, how do you deal with the experience of Talon and the decision making that they're capable of in those late game scenarios? I still can't believe that the last game ended in the fashion that it did so quickly. I kind of wonder, you know, now going into this game number 3, if the momentum's going to stay with BetBoom, or if Talon's going to be able to revitalize themselves a bit.
I would say, speaking of experience in the late game, I think, given how Talon has a lot of experience with that, I feel like that last game must have been... It must feel quite bad, because honestly, that felt like... As crazy as the defense and the win was for BetBoom, I really feel like Talon dropped the ball in the stage of the game that's supposed to be their forte over every other team in this tournament. Like, that's supposed to be where they shine, is that super late game. But they made the buyback mistakes. They didn't have the cold veins when it mattered the most, right? So, yeah, it makes me less confident that if Talon managed to get there, that they're just going to outperform BetBoom in a super late game situation, especially because I think this is an incredibly good PL game.
Right.
I think what was talked about in the panel is a really good point. Fear was pointing out PL's way of playing is different now than it used to be. It's it's almost unbelievable, but it's even less commitment. You can actually win fights from 1,000 range away if you farmed enough. So... That's going to be something Talon have to solve somehow.
Well, the other thing they're going to need to solve, I mean, we were watching Trent and I the game earlier today, and he was saying that GPK's best hero is Storm, and you're looking at this mid matchup again into something that's thought of as a counter, right? Like Puck against the Storm, 15-3 versus 8-0. GPK knows how to play this Storm.
I think this is in the first few waves, this is the biggest victory today relative to lane theory, right? Of how this goes that we've seen in any lane. 17-3 against what's probably going to be 11-0 here on the Puck. It might not sound like much, but the fact that GPK will more than likely get the faster level 6 could lead to, you know, some side lane shenanigans. Maybe he'll even kill the Puck if there's a bit of a misstep from Mikoto. So, yeah, that's very good news for him in that lane.
Particularly when you consider that there's a Spirit Breaker in this. Obviously, you're in a position 3, not always wanting to make the same types of rotations, but it's definitely possible when level 6 comes around. Storm.
Yeah, that's one of the good things for Puck in this game, obviously, which was part of the rationale behind picking it, is that it's one of the hardest heroes in the game to charge.
Yeah.
But once Spirit Breaker gets Shadow Blade, the dynamic can change quite drastically. You get caught out of nowhere if you don't have sentries down or a gem. All of a sudden, the matchup that you meant to counter can be dangerous, especially because of the follow-through that the team has with the Storm, right? Storm plus Spirit Breaker is a very fearsome duo once the map breaks down and the lanes get pushed.
So let's talk about this off-lane Invoker for a second. Something that we haven't gotten to even talk about at all. Universal hero now, building into a Wraith Band, trying to get some extra armor. How much of a concern is it not getting levels on this guy in the same fashion because you're dual laning?
I think it's the right call from Talon if they did want both Invoker and Puck to give Puck the levels because of the better matchup against Spirit Breaker and Storm than Invoker has. But yeah, as far as core Invoker offlane, we've seen quite a few support Invokers this tournament have success, so you're not going to have less experience than that, right? You're going to have the same or more. But the odd thing for me is how he's going to find impact with the Exort, right? Because you want Sunstrike kills when you're playing this hero as Exort, but where are they going to come from? The Tusk is playing in your lane against PL. Tough ask, right? Mid lane, when Storm gets 6, probably also kind of tricky to kill. Maybe top? I don't know. Disrupt into Sunstrike combo with Morph Waveform?
I mean, yeah, it definitely feels like it's playing more for that late game scenario, maybe like after a disruption or something. And well, Toronto Tokyo does take a lot of damage there, and with the hits coming in, well, just like that, Jabs manages to get involved and get a kill. Q, he's going to pay the price. Falls after.
As we all expected, offlane Invoker kills Ench minute 5 in his lane.
Well, maybe he's in some more trouble with the creep right in front. PL. I think back to the days when it used to be PL is the answer to Invoker out of the mid lane.
True, actually. That's some old school knowledge right there. I would have not thought of that matchup, actually. That's true.
Okay, he's in no man's land, but he turns to fight, and Toronto Tokyo right there. Sunstrike coming in for the help. Another couple of hits. GPK gets the kill onto Q with the miss uphill. Makoto can't quite finish the job.
Hey, GPK, eat some tangos. They just filled up his entire backpack with tangos in half a second. Toronto gave him one, Save gave him two and left. Well, he's gonna munch on that for a while. I don't know where this third one went. Did he give it back to Edge?
He might have. Yeah.
Maybe he destroyed it. He's like, I don't want your food.
Trying to find those sneaky bums.
Now, 6-minute mark.
Save is in a very awkward position here. I'm actually gonna deny the rune. And probably escape too.
Hard to run down that Kato, who's very quick. Double bounty runes, and up top, looking for a bash. Almost got it onto 23 Savage, but
how do you know?
Well, that's a good point. Almost got the kill, if not for the bash. See, there it was.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Why you can't call me out like that?
I mean, if you know what's coming next,
yeah,
I have a business proposal for you. If you can predict RNG, Jabs is in big ass trouble here. No Wex point, just getting cycloned, or rather, hurricaned into the PL.
About to get a bash.
All right.
No, not quite. Trouble. I need light pushback. Pure still hurting as the hits come. Oh, that's power. Oh, raindrop. Not enough. Okay, that will be the rundown. You get some. And double wisdom runes got by Talon. Makoto got in and snuck one.
That is actually huge here because the laning stage right now is going very well for BetBoom overall. PL, as we talked about, will be free farming against this Invoker, but not only that, he got a kill and 2 assists. The Storm mid is doing great against the puck. PL has 20 denies, by the way.
Yikes.
That is quite unusual. They're going to try to turn this into something, though.
Can they do enough damage? Moving forward. Able to dodge one. Sunstrike hits! All right, Jab's been getting the practice in on this offlane Invoker.
I think his best bet there was to just snap the coil instant. I'm actually surprised he didn't do it. There's 3 heroes hitting him, right?
Yeah.
You take that damage, you take the stun, and then you can at least use your doppelganger to dodge a spell, like maybe a snowball, or you can dodge Sunstrike, you know? But there was maybe a way of living there? Don't know.
Not able to get out. Unfortunate for him. Now.
Moto, nice silence. Oh! Whoa.
Asterin up top.
Relax, Lyrical. It wasn't that exciting. All right, here comes GPK. Hasterin.
Push back.
Look at it.
Steal. BetBoom are putting a lot of emphasis on getting GPK the start that they want.
I think it's a recipe for success, too. I feel like a lot of the games BetBoom struggle is where GPK loses his lane and plays recovery. I think the way their team dynamic works, Nightfall is in a lot of their games farming very much for a very long time. So if GPK is enabled, that can bridge that gap while Nightfall farms it up. And the good news is this game, Pure, is also going to be super active, right? Like you can technically just farm jungle with Spirit Breaker with a Midas for 20 minutes. I would not advise it, but it is a valid strategy. I don't think that's the plan here, though.
Haste!
Ollie's in trouble.
Didn't quite manage to catch him with the Illuminate Blast. The disruption will be there.
Dominating,
and Ollie hits the deck. So making use of this haste rune,
on Radiant's
as
power.
mentioned it, getting active with GPK, what they need to do. Likely that on the side of Talon, I mean, who are you going to be playing with? Like the Tusk Puck, probably?
Yeah, for me, the X factor here is the Sunstrike. I actually think Jabs is going to be very important with this particular spell in this game.
That sets up enough there. 23 get the kill. So yeah, I mean, if he can make it happen like that, very clutch.
Yeah, Tusk Puck plus Sunstrike can kill quite a few of the heroes here. Spirit Breaker, I actually think they can kill anyone at this point. They should be able to, with those 2 plus a Sunstrike. Fine. And it's coming out for Nightfall. He is going to keep ramping up. Yeah, Talon with a little bit of an aggressive maneuver here. It's difficult for them to truly pressure this tower, though Toronto Tokyo has shown up. He's taking a Central Conqueror.
Dire's top tower is about to be
and in the meantime, mid is sort of a back and forth, but it's up top where you're cutting waves on Pure, the creeps hitting into the tier 1 tower. This tower is eventually going to go down.
Yeah. He will go Midas
Radiant's bottom tower's still there.
on the Spirit Breaker.
But not
Like I
for
said, it is
Dice
valid,
putting up a
but
barricade.
I don't think he's going to just flat out be
Dire's top
spam
tower
farming
is under
for
attack.
the next 10 minutes. I think there's good reason to look for
Dire's top tower is
skirmishes
under
even
attack.
while you feel like you have a good strategy with the PL just farming up. Because even making aggressive moves is also safety for Nightfall, right? It's like
Yeah.
the best defense in this game might actually just be a strong offense, because if the enemy team is putting out fires, PL will be completely unaccounted for the next 15 minutes.
Dire's top tower
The
has
other
fallen.
thing that we're seeing is that PL definitely is not going to be showing up to any type of a fight.
Oh, no.
He has got the Midas as well, and going straight Ags after, so not even stopping for one of those little items along the way. A very slow pace, and it is definitely going to be up to the combination of GPK on Storm pairing together with Save refilling his mana to make some stuff happen. But I don't know if he can shut down all of the heroes of Talon. Somebody is going to be getting some farm on the map for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, Talon are going to get their own. I don't think this is going to be a significant advantage for BetBoom net worth-wise. Then it's about how the lineup
Radiant
stays
are
off
scanning for enemies.
when we're 25, 30 minutes in, because Invoker went Midas, he's going to be farming. Puck with a Witchblade is probably going to find a couple of kills, I would assume. Yeah, 23 on Morph. We don't really need to cover that too much. He's shown what he can do in this hero. He'll be keeping up on farm with the PL probably.
Storm Force double damage.
In the meantime, GPK also content to sit here, get to where he needs, even with the sort of kill runes, which is maybe a little bit surprising. Gets the DD, doesn't make for any type of a play, and instead they're going to try and go onto Pure. So with this wraparound, having Dream Coil should be more than enough to find
Dire's middle
Pure
tower's
as he
in trouble.
tries to run away, not going all that
Dire's
fast.
courier has been
Yeah, Shadow
killed.
Demon also very good at dealing with the Spirit Breaker.
Absolutely
It's one of
different.
Spirit Breaker's nightmare matchups. It's the reason Talon picked at this game, is to counter that one
Dire's
hero.
middle tower
because
looks to be
Demonic Purge
disintegrating.
is all game is going to remove Bulldoze, which is a big problem with Spirit Breaker. Once
Dire's
Bulldoze is
middle tower
removed,
is under
if you're
attack.
charging with Demonic Purge on, you're barely moving. You can save people with Disruption from the Nether Strike combination. It's just a really feels good matchup from the support role. Still, despite killing that Spirit Breaker, it is a 2k gold lead now for BetBoom, getting the mid tower on GPK. Big punish. Doesn't really make that Spirit Breaker feel worth it at all when you lose that tower for it. BetBoom are also going to try to convert this into something extra. Nice scan coming out here from Talon.
I mean, they smoked right in front of them. There was no way that Talon did not see
Dire's
that.
bottom tower.
And will be
Don't
going
look
immediately
good.
at the tier 1 tower. GPK stepping up front and center. They have a troll creep too, so
Radiant
this
are
is going to
scanning
go
for
down.
enemies.
Yep.
Talon have
Dire's
shown that
bottom
they
tower
will
is
let
under
the tier
attack.
1 towers go for not a whole
Radiant's
heck of a
middle
lot.
tower is
But
under
they
attack.
do have
Hey,
Dream Coil back
who's
up in
Dire's
5
bottom
seconds. So as they retreat, this might be a moment where BetBoom are going to have to be a little careful.
It's all coming together.
Radiant's top
And I
tower is
just
under
want
attack.
to... I feel like we didn't cover this, but this hero, the PL on Nightfall, is... I want to say the hero that he made a name for himself with. We've talked about player-hero combinations. Hang on, let's see if he actually survives this.
Oh.
We'll snap it instantly this time.
Breaks, chase, Sunstrike out! Is it enough? Doppelganger gets out of there, but the Shadow Demon ulti on top. Will it be enough to make him pop? Not quite! 50 HP! Ollie gonna disrupt himself, trying to stay alive. Pure getting hit. Q also dropping lower and lower, so Q is gonna die. Pure barely surviving. Both heroes getting away. Oh, nothing at 23 Savage! He switches over. Almost got that Nether Strike off, continuing to run in. 23 chasing, a couple more hits. Still a ways away before Charge is gonna be back up on his Morph. But with a one last right click, it's enough to take down the Enchantress.
Very, very close there. Nightfall getting out is obviously huge for BetBoom, but I'm surprised Talon got that good fight out of it afterwards, right? They committed so many spells on the PL who then lives,
Radiant's
and the
bottom
counterplay
tower
comes
is
through and they
under
immediately
attack.
lose a hero, but they still turn that into somewhat of an even exchange.
Pretty good move, if you
Actually
ask
coming
me.
out slightly ahead because of the nature of the heroes that they killed versus the ones they lost. But yeah, just to finish off my thought from before, Nightfall, the two heroes that I feel like he made a name for himself with was PL and Ursa. And Ursa we're not really seeing being very popular in the patch right now, so I think he's just happy in an elimination game like this, you know, everything is on the line. He gets to play one of his absolute trademarks in a game that is looking really good in.
And likewise, we talked about it, and I think the panel talked about it as well. Shiver mentioned 23 Savage when he originally made his first splash on the big scene. Think back to that Genesperus lineup with Gunner. It was on the Morph lane, back when Morph Shaker was still a thing. And pairing it together in this game with the Spear Breaker, I mean, on the other team, it's one of the best heroes that you can grab with it. So for sure, this is going to be a battle of the Siggies. Comes out on top.
I don't know what people you talk to. The people I talk to don't say that. I think you're actually the only person who says that.
Dude, that's an Avery line. You can't take that. That's definitely...
That does not make it any better. Now it's you and Avery saying it. That's even worse. If you want to mimic people, here's a little crash course for you. If you want to mimic people, Avery is like at the absolute bottom of people you want to mimic. That's it. That's the lesson. It's very simple.
15 minutes in as we all get a little bit of a lesson in who not to. We've got 1,000 gold separating the two. BetBoom trying to hunt GPK and save. I'm sure they're going to find quite anybody there, but 4 down. It's already Haggard and Scepter done for Nightfall.
He's farmed. It's impressive that Morph is keeping up this well, though. I mean, I was saying they were probably going to be quite even, but given the way this last fight with Morph showing up and spending quite a lot of time in the fight, he's still keeping it. They're basically neck and neck. I wonder if this dynamic changes now with the Axe coming out, if this is when PL starts overtaking Morph a little bit in speed. Obviously, he will also be, we talked about the Chakra friends. PL also loves getting chakras, so that's another one. Just keep his farm running in fights. Double Spirit Lance is very strong. Effectively, it just generates your entire army of Juxtapose instantly, right? If you get double Phantom Lance off with Ags.
Problem. We talked about just the one-on-one of Morphling getting all the mana drain, but have kind of an Invoker sitting around, not moving too quickly. Having Shadow Demon Tusk could potentially be problems with all that mana drain.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
The big question is, are we actually going to see any of those fights? I feel like, as much as, having the Ags is nice for Nightfall, might just wait for the Fusel Blade too, and maybe a couple more items.
I mean, we saw a game the other day with K1. Effectively, I think he got his first assist like 40 minutes in the game, 35. And he went this exact order of items as well. He went Treads, Midas, Ags, Diffusal. I think he got Manta and then showed up to a fight, didn't get an assist, farmed another item, and then I think he got an assist. If I remember correctly. It was a long rocky road for the PL. Classic. But the thing is, it feels good, right? You're playing a high-pressure game. There's a lot on the line. Feeling like if nothing happens, you're comfortable is really good for player mentality, right? Obviously, some of the great teams in the world will play higher-risk stuff and play aggressively and win the game that way and just outclass their opponents. But in these games where it's so slow, you don't want to go down on timing, right? No. You want to feel like, okay, the average game time in this series is 68 minutes. We don't want to feel like we're under pressure at 55, And I think neither team feels that. I personally am favoring the BetBoom lineup slightly in the later portions of the game, especially because I think Pottle is a real wild card in this one with Chakra and inevitable Ags. But, Morph, Invoker are exceptionally strong late gamers, and Puck has changed a lot since a few years ago. This hero doesn't fall off. It used to hit a wall at like minute 40, 45. It's like, okay, what can you really do now? But with the talents and the itemization that you go for now, Puck can carry games ultra late as well. So Talon probably aren't too worried either.
Well, and this is just their normal operating speed as well, right? Like,
yes.
They could go into this with 2 random heroes that don't do anything. Oh, I like that play by the Skipper. Putting his courier onto the hard camp and charge away.
I mean, you have a lot of brain power for this if there's no fighting. Then you could use all your energy on how can I farm the most efficient. Which, again, brings me back to game one, where BetBoom didn't stack a single camp for their spin.
You're not getting over it.
His top tower's about to be ready.
What about this game, you know? Like, stack some camps for your Storm, your Spirit Breaker, you have Caudle to stack with, you have Pinch Creeps to stack with, PL can farm stack. They're not putting a lot of emphasis on it, and it's kind of interesting for me to see because we have other teams in this tournament that stack the crap out of the jungle, right? Team Liquid, for example, are putting a lot of emphasis on it. Gaming Gladiators are putting a lot of emphasis on it. Those two teams are looking quite good right now. So I think maybe there's a little bit of a lesson to be learned for other teams in prioritizing that more. The slower the game gets, the more it's about economy. That's also how you bring your supports into the game better later, because they get both experience and gold for you farming ancient stacks, right? So everybody benefits.
It does feel like the type of thing that, will give you that little extra edge. And granted, BetBoom are still farming out a huge chunk of the map themselves. They're with a slight lead right now. Again, probably due to some of the Midases. Jeff's the one with it on the side of Talon. And they're actually going to go for a smoke play themselves now on BetBoom and heading towards the area that Talon are sitting in as they go for an early Roche. This would be huge if they can get there. They're going to realize what's going on. It seems like it.
Drawing the straight line here is pure. He knows exactly what's happening. As the Octarine Core and the Spirit Breaker still needs to really respect the Shadow Demon. Ollie in a very good position right now.
Oh, Roche, it's not low enough to jump in. Do they have enough there? Tries to back out, able to get out of the pit for the moment. 23 low, but Jabs, he's already gone. Q is in trouble, going to fall. 23 can't get out, save is gone, but it's not nearly enough. Talon, they lose 3 for only 1, and Makoto, he's still in trouble. Roche is now low, and Bet
he got the
might be able to
Vortex.
keep this one off as they find, chase, and finish Ollie. I mean, it's just devastation in the pit.
I love that play from GPK. They have the read that Roche is happening. He's just jumping in first. He's jumping in first, immediately repositioning himself so he doesn't get counterplayed by the puck. And honestly, that was a super good snowball from Q. Almost instant on the initiation to offset the initial, pressure that they were putting with the Storm as well as Spirit Breaker. But the problem was, even though that snowball goes off, they can't reset, right? They have there's no exit path. But I mean, this is effectively BetBoom getting good free beat. That is huge.
And one of the moments too where you think about it, none of those plays were maybe game number 1 or game number 2 by Talon. They never felt compelled to make the prior plays on boom. They close to join their own allies. Some of the say they weren't. It's so close to
I think they're rolling like a 20-sided die every time, and if it's 5 or lower, they die.
Ollie? Oh, careful there, buddy. He's solving up, and okay, 23 is going to finish it off, so Q gets the charge. No, but I think that last fight is really telling of maybe Talon's position in this game, and if they're feeling like they have to get something done earlier.
You would also think they feel that way when they go Vessel on Invoker, right? Like, you're going this tempo item that's meant to kill on an X-Sword Invoker offlane, but then you're still just farming jungle. So is this Vessel serving a purpose? Like in that fight that they just had, if Jabs gets caught by anything, he just dies. He has no defensive item. No Force Staff, no BKB. A lot of the time, X-Sword Invokers go Pike, and it's for a reason, right? In this game, Vessel into BKB, very delayed, very slow. And I honestly think this is starting to look very scary for Talon. 6k gold is one thing, but the overall trajectory of the game with the way their heroes are building up, BetBoom are going to hit an insane timing with Spirit Breaker BKB, the PL Manta, and the Storm BKB, all coming out within 2 minutes of each other. And Talon won't have the solutions yet, so they kind of have to nod.
I mean, I have been known to have definitely a lot of problems with BetBoom at time. It feels like sometimes their mentality can be a bit fragile, but this series has been a whole new BetBoom, I feel like, in a way. When so many moments have happened where they could have given up, thrown in the towel, they stuck with it, and in this game, they're looking good, and now it's Talon that are going to be the ones that need to respond. You're down 6,000 gold. It was about this time that BetBoom were in a similar place last game, and they were able to take a fight that was on the opponent's side of the map, reset things a little bit. Can Talon do the same? Or are they going to feel content just trying to push this to the later stages?
The man on your screens right now is the one who's going to have to do it. Because I think this offlane Invoker has not accomplished what it wanted to, and Mikoto's puck needs time. A lot of what makes mid-puck succeed in many games feel strong is getting a couple of kills and snowballing off that. He's 3-0-2, so he hasn't died, but in comparison to... He has the same net worth as Storm, but it's not translating into the same amount of teamfight impact right now, right? Like, Puck is going to have to disengage a lot. He has to buy the Yules, so a lot of his net worth is defensive in nature. The Storm BKB is a lot more aggressive than the Puck Yules, right? It's going to convert this into way more damage than the Puck probably can. And he had to buy that Yules or BKB because of the Storm Orchid. So you have to... You're itemizing to solve problems. The enemy team is itemizing to pressure you. That's essentially what's going on, right? Yeah, it is a very tall order, and the reason I'm highlighting the morph so much is that I think this game for Talon is going to come down to big plays. I don't think playing, just solid Dota is necessarily going to be enough. Somebody's going to have to pop off here. And Morphling is the guy who could do it, turning into the Superior Breach.
Gotta take a chance.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Probably wait the Aegis out, though. It's a minute away. I guess you just concede this top tower, to be honest. I like this from BetBoom a lot as well. Nightfall's alone up here, but since Talon don't have any information to go off aside from like one rogue hero showing mid.
Jump in, Toronto Tokyo, leash, Sprite tries to get away. Is it going to be enough for the kill? Yes. 23 is under control. They bring him down though. Pure moves in and finishes off the Morphling. Oh, Talon, they lose a couple on that fight and just barely managed to take down Toronto Tokyo. He's very far, not an easy kill.
Storm is dealing so much damage in these fights. It's quite scary, honestly. TL also getting involved there. He didn't leave the top tower to participate instead. Obviously paid off big time.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Dodging is going to feel like now the name of the game a bit. Particularly after that last fight happened. Still, Aegis expiring. Maybe there's an opportunity there that could be something. They are definitely on the side of Talon, gearing up for a later game scenario. Maelstrom, item of choice for Makoto.
Kind of has to get it against PL, right? You need a lot more just AoE damage to deal with these solutions consistently. Imagine he's hoping to get a free shard on the puck. You don't really want to buy that if you don't have to.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Just rush it out with the gems. So he'll have a little bit more presence. That's the work it revealed onto him. Molly, nowhere left to go. This one, another pickoff.
See Talon try and push off these side lanes, but every single kill goes gold into the coffers of BetBoom.
And honestly, this is the type of game that Caudle feels the best, right? Your heroes are dominating the map, you're pushing out all the lanes, you can be a mana battery for anybody you want, and if nothing's happening, you can just push waves and farm jungle as a support. So, with his shard as well, he just gave GPK a full refill, so he spent all his mana killing a support, it's like nothing happened. It's just straight back down.
Jabs there, you saw two unfortunate scenarios. Forge Spirits were out in front, that tipped off EL that was in the area and was able to doppelganger and get out. Might have been a pick-off potential there, but quite able to find him.
Gotta take a lot to kill this PL, man.
Oh yeah.
3,200 health and 21 armor. We're 28 minutes in. Part is going to be completed in 2 minutes for Nightfall.
Dire's scared of her enemies.
Yeah?
Dire's top tower is
That's why you
under
buy this build. If you go Midas Ags and you're uncontested, you got 308 CS, right? It's
Dire's middle tower is
started
under
creating some serious distance to Morph because 23 has died twice. So
Oh, in towards mid though. They find and get a freebie. GPK goes down. Pure now caught in the SD ulti. They have a way to stop it. Doesn't quite look like it. So getting these types of pickoffs is what you need as Talon. Charge is going on to Q. Makoto finds one. Save is there. They cancel the charge. Still thinking about a chase.
Oh, great
Caught
shards.
in the shards.
but
Sunstrike, not quite enough. And the heals going to keep Toronto Tokyo alive.
it's going to take more of that from Talon, and I think they have to try to make these moves, however hard they may seem. They kind of have to go and try to collapse on a hero and just blast them instantly and then reset. Keep poking and prodding where you can to find kills. You're getting out-farmed on the map. So without kills, this lead is going to keep going up from the side of BetBoom. And oh, it's a nice one. They found the Storm, one of the biggest kills in the game. He was 4-0, so an extra bit of kill bounty there. Biggest winner in that, obviously Jabs. I think he got almost 1,000 gold from that kill. I'm going to be working on it. Hearing recall 23.
Fine save right away, but the bash, it connects. Can they bring him down? Snowball save, gets him out of trouble, but can he get away? Now the charge through from 23, he's in Spearbreaker form, pulled back in Bulldoze, keeping himself alive. Waveform tries to separate 23 Savage, hoping to escape. Lincoln, does he have a charge target? Tornado goes out, doesn't connect onto anything. Silence though, in full strength form, another snowball save. Now connects onto Pure, Waveform away, jabs his charge, Pure onto charge on charge! Gets his buddy out of trouble. They lose the Tusk, but fancy footwork from 23 Savage.
Yeah, really good play under pressure there. That was super close. Dying on Morpure is very critical. So nice work in tandem by him and Tusk to get 23 out of trouble. Also, it's scary how clutch it needs to be, right?
Oh yeah.
You really have to nail it. You have to turn to. And I wonder if there's value for Pure in going Lincoln's here, actually, on the Spirit. Like, try to prevent the Morphling from turning into you. I think it's a super high value play. You charge into the fight, you pump BKB, Morph can't hold you. That will convert into some kills. I would actually really like to see that from him, but he's currently eyeing up the Kaya Yasha, which is also going to be a standard build for this offlane Spirit Breaker. The only hero in Dota that buys this item, I think, pretty much.
Primal sometimes, but yeah, it's
mainly kind of Sanj, right?
Oh yeah, good call. Yeah, Kaya Yasha.
Kaya Yasha is like, is there any other hero that I don't know. Oh, true. Lightning Hand Zeus build. Actually true. Yeah, that's another one that can't play.
But if you're
right,
that, you're probably losing the game. So.
That is not true.
No? You like the Lightning Hands?
It's pretty good in some games, yeah.
Okay. Alright.
But,
well, 7,000 gold lead for BetBoom. A little bit of stabilization for Talon. See Dota Plus feeling a certain way about it, but we've seen bigger comebacks, even in just the last game.
Yeah.
As it gets later and later, that is known to swing a lot more depending upon more other variables, buybacks being the most important. But Roche, it's going to be claimed down bottom by BetBoom.
Radiant's top tower ain't looking too
and I wonder if they're going to turn this into an immediate smoke. Aegis here too, Nightfall. I thought they were going to put it on GPK so he could play Super Aggressive Prompt. Oh, wait, what?
That is a big one. That is a very big kill.
So that was just a Shadow Blade into Storm TP Blast on the Puck. We talked about this earlier. Once Spirit Breaker has this item, the map for Puck gets really scary. He doesn't have Lincolns. And he's going to feel bad about buying it too, right? He's under so much pressure to deal damage because you kind of need to pick your poison here. Are you going to have a better build against Spirit Breaker? Are you going to have a better build against PL? I wouldn't want to have to make that choice as Puck in this game. It's really tough. Like, you feel bad about buying either item, but you need to have them both, it feels.
Yeah.
So
needs a little bit more gold and not going to get it without winning some of these fights. Now Pure is Shadow Bladed, runs through, finds him, Manta, dodge, turns into the Spirit Breaker form, has Bulldoze going, heal, but the save comes out last second, Tornado lift up onto 2, waveform away, 23 living, Ollie, not so much. And 23 Savage, get out! Ooh, out of mana. Or no, he actually got it off.
Now he had Lincoln's ready again. But it was close. Lincoln's there. If a charge connects, if anything connects, anything breaks the Lincolns, that will be a dead morph. So again, I mean,
wait, what?
Really quick play.
Hello? Did somebody forget that?
Oh, olive branch here.
Okay,
Talon.
get it.
Bit of ceasefire.
Middle tower is under attack.
Maybe that was intentional.
Yeah, let's try to wrap our heads around how that makes sense. What they did. Just leaves it behind. Picks it up 10 seconds later. It was a bait.
Absolutely.
What were they baiting? I mean, yeah, same. Me too. Yeah, so again, clutch escape from 23, but if your highlight reel of this game is running away,
yeah,
that is a problem, right?
I mean, this is definitely, it's getting into dire territory. 13,000 net worth lead. They're going to, I mean, take a Tormy. Oh, God, Ollie, please.
Fine. Boker shard, so we'll get the MP pull.
I mean, they just need so many items. Honestly, like, you want SD ulti with Aghanims, you want Tusk KB. All these things are so important to their fights. They're getting a Lincoln Sphere on Invoker for jabs, which you talked about. It can't help. It's just kind of a question of, are you going to get choked out across the map and be stuck in your base? That's what it feels like.
Without looking, what do you think the next item of Ench is?
Midas.
Correct.
Hey, let's go.
Dyer's doing that
It's
good.
flying out right now. Keep on it as I said it, but for viewers at home, Lyrical was actually not looking at his screen. He was looking away.
That's how he casts most of the time.
Makes sense. Explains a lot.
12,000. I wouldn't mind seeing a Midas on one of these others, but also each item is so integral to even defending the high ground. But they do get the Aghanim Scepter done for Pod. He's going to need more and more charge from Pure. Turns, Walrus Punch, 23 on him, turns into Pure Form. Nether Strike, forces away from far away, and they have to just get out. Because there's no way, like as soon as BetBoom start collapsing onto you, it's over.
Dyer's top tower is under attack.
This Radiant lineup is so terrifying to play against from behind. The whole map is a minefield. You get jump blasted, bursted. You kind of need to juggle this really difficult balance of we kind of have to cover each other to not die when they make the move, but we also need to farm the map. It's such a difficult balance to strike. And I actually think Talon are doing a pretty good job. They're obviously experienced in this type of gameplay. The problem is they're not gaming. You're staying afloat. It's getting, the gold is ever so steadily going more and more to BetBoom. And in this game, all three of BetBoom's cores are going to get enormous. It's just a given. You cannot stop that from happening anymore.
Also going to be a fourth core and Enchantress.
True.
Yeah, I mean, again, high ground is going to be the great equalizer, maybe. That's what it feels like at this point. Talon kind of have to depend upon, and maybe
that's on BetBoom's terms, right?
Exactly, it's true. I mean, you're not wrong, and they might not give him that opening.
I don't think they have to. I would not feel under pressure as of playing on BetBoom's team right now. Just chill, farm the map, keep building an advantage. If you see an opportunity, go and kill someone. Otherwise, farm, go rush when you can.
Since you did say we might see a 70-minute stomp, you might have been right. As they charge on the Pure. Catch on the Hex, but bulldoze. Really good. That's already the Aegis down. Makoto wants to chase. They managed to find the coil onto him right away, but no extra damage. They focused the wrong one. Didn't find the real PL. Nightfall too quick on it. GPK gets lifted, also gets chakra'd. The reset is full. Off across the map. Out. Not able to get it there in time with the charge on Pure.
Pure is level 24.
Radiant are scared of your enemies.
He's a monster. He is highest level in the game as offlane. GPK for comparison is level 20 on Storm. It's just offlane Spirit Breaker with Midas and a whole map to farm. It's 400 CS. He could go and grab the Wisdom right now if he wanted to.
He almost has more CS than the Morphling. That is crazy. This hero
has changed
a whole lot.
Yep.
My goodness.
It is being banned in a lot of games this TI for a reason. Lincoln's now, so there it is.
The one answer that at times it's felt like they've had on the side of Talon of turning into the Spear Breaker, now that's taken away from them.
He is tired of 20. Okay. There could be only one cow in this time. OG cow.
Ready with the taunt, ready with the body powerfulness of it. 4,000 HP. Continues to just eat up every wave. And Talon, now they are going to make a move across the map here, but their waves are pushing in. You might see Pure, but you don't really want to go onto the Space Cow.
Dire is scared for enemies.
I don't know if you get to choose your target here. You're just running in blind and hoping you find some sort of guard that forces an arrow from BetBoom.
Toronto Tokyo, they find him at the beginning. Walrus Punch, couple quick kills, still not dead, but the waveform, that'll be enough to secure it. Talon managed to get on the board for what feels like the first time in a very long time.
Let's see what their last kill was.
It's all the red dots down there. All the few of them.
They killed a courier and a fort and another one. Well, they killed GPK's Invoker minute 28, so it's been 10 minutes. Talon are back, baby. They're the edge.
Doing what they can. I mean, it is one of those moments where as BetBoom, you just need to keep farming and get to that like indomitable space. For Talon, hoping to get a good fight around the Roche timing, which they have done. Roche capable of responding in 10 seconds. We'll see what the actual timing ends up being. His save is already set up down bottom here.
The highlight, Purist 25 Talon here, plus 20% greater bash chance, has the opportunity to maybe just flat out chain bash the morph.
They find it immediately right on top of GPK, starting to fall so quickly. That was a lot of damage out from 23. Does pop BKB though.
GPK can force him. Oh, actually, he can't force. He doesn't. Can't recall him again.
Well, somewhat low on the HP, and it's a long rush time. I mean, Morphling is getting to a pretty high damage amount with the Butterfly Daedalus completed. But having the freedom in these fights to actually hit is maybe another story. I guess that's the other thing, is that eventually Morph can turn into a kill too.
Yeah. Not out of the question for this game, to be honest. I mean, worth it over Butter.
Jump.
Possibly. Oh,
find him. Pull back. Snowball save. Onto creeps, onto illusions. Wants to back out. Jabs. Throws out the meteor. Q backs away in his BKB. Tornado to cover. Toronto Tokyo throwing some impetus shots, hitting from far away. Q Walrus Punch is dead. Now the rest of Talon need to find their way out of this fight. Charge through onto 2. Wants to get on the save. Gets him. Waveform through. That's a snipe. That one is hard to deal with. They managed to find a kill, but they have anything after. M still on the deck. Charge. 23 Savage finds him. Couple more hits. Half HP. Nightfall there. EMP. Jabs. Needs to back out. BKB chase. Do they have anything to kill him? Deafening Blast there for the pushback, but the Hex comes out. Ollie there for the save. Nightfall. He gets caught by the ultimate. Already onto him, trying to take him down. Doppelganger to walk away. They don't have the damage though, and not another save on deck. 23 Savage is going to fall. BetBoom. It's just easier for them.
I was really surprised Talon went for that play. They don't have their Tusk there. That's been 23 Savior like 5 fights in a row. This is no defensive snowball not present. He flat out just commits everything, waveforms in and starts going on the PL, who's obviously going to doppelganger reset there. And then you're out of tools to play defensively on your Morphling. You get cornered, you get killed. That is going to cost them dearly. Roche will also be going the way of BetBoom. There's absolutely no way you can test this without your Morphling alive. Respawning in 5 seconds. Nightfall now getting 25 Talon as well. So now his doppelganger cooldown is 5.3 seconds with the spell prism.
Any silver lining for Talon is that it was an extra 15 seconds they had to wait on the Roche to spawn, which might give them enough time on Talon for Morphling to be back up. But again, if you're BetBoom, I don't know if you have to go high ground again.
Scanning for enemies.
Farm it up if they feel so inclined. But also, BetBoom, it's a long day for them. They had to play earlier today in the opening matchups. We'll see if they maybe feel the need to try and push this tempo and take to high ground earlier.
How much adrenaline do you have?
I know, right?
How the tempo's running low.
They have been playing Dota for a very long time. Time they start 10 a.m. start. Hex out, catches Q. GTK, couple more hits. BKB, fish punch. The charge is going to be there and does have the snowball. Waiting for the blink away. Tries to get out, but no such luck.
They're drawing the line for the high ground push. There's a couple of ways of going about this. You can go super aggressive and utilize your Aegis and Cheese to start diving heroes in the base, or you can let PL token prod, take the tower with 1,000 cuts. See which one is their preferred method. I genuinely think in this situation, with the advantage they have, this is the kind of fight where BetBoom will actually not struggle that hard to go high ground. I think Talon's chance of defending here is so slim. As long as Nightfall can play like this, you're going to keep Illuminated healing him, it's going to keep poking the tower, he has the hearts. So if you want to kill the PL, it needs to be a full-on commit. His doppelganger cooldown is 5 seconds. Oh yeah. So how do you fight that?
Not easy. Will get the meteor ham, meteors down. Does a little bit of damage there. Disruption, now turning on to GPK with the PL illusions. Those guys. Kodo, Lincoln's on him. Watchville, sitting back, sitting pretty. Tusk back up in 5 seconds. BetBoom, do they stick around? Nightfall is barely being tickled. They're going to start to try and build up the shadow poisons, but the slow, steady burn that's not really doing that much. And honestly, Kira is just on the other side of the map. Nightfall, too strong, too hard to deal with. Just going to finish off that range racks, and they might just go for more. Talon, you need to come up with an answer. They got to do something here. Gotta find an answer. Doppelganger to even enchant the PL illusion. DK thought about a jump, trying to bait something out. Savage still not anything online to really deal with this type of pressure. They have charge at the ready. They have so many different ways to get offensive on BetBoom. But the slow, steady burn down, they have to go finally. There's the punch, finds the backline. GPK with a chance to get it off. Will it be enough? Barely able to escape. Toronto is going to die. Q under fire. Has buyback. Now 23 Savage onto 1. Still waiting with the Alacrity and everything else. It looks okay. They do have a cold snap, but just can't go in.
That was about as good of a jump as it's going to get. Got 2 heroes caught immediately by the Puck Tusk combo and a huge amount of burst, but GPK just barely gets off the cheese, and at that point, that fight is not going to go your way anymore. Forcing out the Q buyback. BetBoom are going to chill. And he just still has 2 minutes left on it, so when Toronto Tokyo spawns, they still have a good minute of sieging if they want to. And obviously, they don't have any concerns about the waves, because guess what? Spirit Breaker, Storm, and Coddle will always be able to take care of the map.
We need to come up with an answer for Spirit Breaker, okay? He's about to pass the PL in terms of CSing and everything. This is a whole new world of absurdity that we've been blessed with for a while now. Pure is a monster. Although he is running into the middle of the base there. You probably should call that one.
It's the real test. Can you commit it to 5 heroes and live? Honestly, I think he can if he pops all this stuff.
Has refresher too, like,
yep.
Whatever, he can do whatever he wants.
Siege round 2. I thought have double damage, but it's gonna let the illusions do the job. No need to commit as a real hero. Step by step. He's probably never getting the melee barracks. Like, he could get the range. Hell, never get the up regen.
Mantra of never go high ground is strong. But will it be strong enough to finally punish them here? They have the real PL in. Spirit Breaker not showing on the wave. Connection. Q wanted that munch. Can't quite get it. Still, the buildings are falling. I mean, Nightfall can do this. He's just up front and center. 30 seconds left on this Aegis. They need something, anything, but they are not going to get it. A second lane of racks is going to be claimed as BetBoom. Dominant control further of this game, and even going to move forward for the next one. Surely Talon has to stop it here. They have to make some type of a play. They will go for the disruption. Doppelganger take over the illusion. Into the real Nightfall. Makoto trying to stop it. They are doing nothing to this hero, though. And just like that, I mean, you can see Jabs is on the other side of the map right now, finishing off his Hex.
Yeah, this is probably the one chance Talon are going to get if they somehow want to miraculously turn this game around. It has to be off the back of Hexes. They need to just flat out burst PL in a Hex before the saves can come out. They don't have any truly natural save on BetBoom's side, like a Marky Spell or anything of that sort. They have Glimmer Cape and Force Staff on Coddle, though. So it's going to be a tough ask, but I think BetBoom are not going to give them any other targets than the PL. They're going to put him in front. You can't kill this guy, you can't win. We'll see if they will chill for the final. I say final Roche because it seems very unlikely for Talon to be able to hold in the base against another Aegis, so they will probably be fighting for the Roche too.
And I'm sure for BetBoom right now, there's a part of them that would like to go high ground and just close out this game after such a long day full of Dota. But of course, it does become a little bit scary if you do happen to step just a bit too far forward. We've seen low leads thrown before, and this would be one of the biggest of all time. You happen to do it. Pure up on the top side. 49 minutes in. It does look like BetBoom are going to be making that safer play.
another 11 minutes with a prophesized 60-minute stomp.
See if it happens.
Talon can hold out that long. It's a tough ask. Because disadvantages are mounting every minute. BetBoom's heroes are getting bigger and bigger, and you're picking up the pieces in your base, scavenging for scraps here while the enemy team is just controlling the entire map.
Scanning for enemies.
Spirit Breaker now closing in on level 30 sometime soon. You know, given a little bit of time in the map, I think we're looking at that 5 to 10 minutes away if no fight breaks out. Here is just farming.
It really is just nothing going into the favor of Talon at all. They have been completely corralled inside of their base and trying to set up for a fight that BetBoom are not giving them. They're not even giving them an opportunity to take that engagement, saying, come and deal with us instead. Well, yep, that's even more voice lines dropped down in front of them. Eastern spawns. I mean, the other problem is that, like, Talon eventually do need to leave their base to go at the Roche fight at the very least. Surely. Maybe not.
Surely.
Surely. Giving that one up feels like it's just delaying the death sentence. Jabs. Fairly farmed on this Invoker off lane, but has not been able to get the most out of this hero so far. 4, 4, and 5 as the recalls come out.
Oh, this is an interesting play. They've showed all their heroes bottom. Now they're going to recall them top one by one and then probably smoke to try to catch them inside the base with killing blow. This is a very unpredictable move actually here for Talon, so quite creative idea if they do choose to go for it. Or maybe they just recalled everyone up here to farm the Centaur camp together. That's also, I mean, that's kind of wholesome.
It also feels like you put somebody in a headlock and then you just like let him go to do a backflip or something. It's like kind of had him in a nice little grasp there.
Yeah.
Instant Roche spawn. Oh no, are they going to get it on Talon? Dude, there's no way. There's no way.
Why did BetBoom go up here?
Why? Don't do the backflip. Let's just choke him out. Are they going to get... I mean, okay, so
okay, here it is.
Divine Rapier.
A scanning for
All in.
Okay. 23. He's ready to go. Scan hits. You see the illusion. Now Makoto baps away. They're still under a smoke. PK jumps forward, finds one. Waiting for him. How much damage can they take? They absolutely rip through him. That's gonna do it. They find and kill 23 Savage. Easy as pie. And Divine Rapier now in the hands of Nightfall.
That might be the shortest rapier I've ever seen. He held it for 5 seconds.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's...
The cursed blade. If only it hadn't gone rapier, it might not have been over yet.
Well, it's 4,000 net worth, there's a chance.
Years.
More than 1,000 net worth a minute.
All right, 8 more minutes, Talon. You can do it.
Let's see. Go through. Buybacks abound. And oh my god, are they going to respect the buyback, dude? Oh no, Pure, how are you going to tip them now? Oh, jeez. Well, that is going to be the retreat after the buyback. And you can see here, again, the quick jump. They just didn't stand a chance. It was way too much damage. And, of course, the random bash coming out for Pure. Feeling it right now. Oh, my God. That's a sense of aggression right there. Rapier in hand.
This is why we only find the sturdiest tables for TI, by the way. Good craftsmanship to be able to handle some pent-up frustration. All right, 62K. I believe this is the second highest gold league the team has had this event.
Okay. Did the last one win? I think so, right?
I mean, I don't think anybody threw an 80K gold win. I don't think that's ever happened.
Surely it can't happen here.
I don't remember what the record was this tournament. I think it was about 80%.
Well, Puck is queuing up a Rapier too. Might not need it if they can get the pick off onto PL. Just makes him stronger. Down, Walrus punch, control, down to about 2/3 HP. GPK goes through, trying to take down Q. He's still surviving. Well, not anymore. 23 Savage slept, waveform back, buyback from another. So they did get the kill onto the Spirit Breaker. And that gave him a lot of gold, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that was 3,000 gold spread across multiple heroes with the pure kill.
Another 20 of those, boys.
Wait, and he bought it. Puck got the rapier off of that. Okay, wait a minute. Wait, are you telling me there's a chance? The hex, the back, the control, the lower punch, the stun. Where's the damage though? Where's the puck? They don't quite have it. Not gonna be able to quite do enough. Makoto goes down. That is the buyback. 23 Savage hoping for anything, but there is nothing left. BetBoom has taken it all. GG is called. Cinder, and you were right. The 54-minute stomp, it can't be stopped.
Yeah, an 80k lead to finish it off for BetBoom. I mean, in reality, when you look back at this game, the last 35, 40 minutes, Talon just couldn't find anything on the map, right? All their lanes are pushed in all the time. Every time they try to make a move, BetBoom are ready. They're counterplaying them. They're out-farming them. They're getting the Roches. You know, ultimately, it's for Talon. The game you got to look at here is obviously this is a shame to go out on a game like this. You know, you had 2 marathons, and the second game was definitely within their reach. Very much favored, right? The regret of those late game buybacks in game number 2 that put you in this position to begin with and just cannot finish it off. But BetBoom